The formless form, the hidden truth of the universe. This is the True Awakening channel with Tabang. If it's your first time here, welcome. Please relax and take your time listening to this. What we're going to talk about today is the formless form. That which is aware of everything cannot itself be a thing. There is something present right now that has no name, no shape, and no location. It is not an object you can point to, yet nothing could be pointed to without it. It is not an experience, yet every experience, the sound of this sentence forming in your mind, the slight weight of your body, the ambitious hum of whatever you find yourself in, arises within. This is not a claim that requires your belief. It is an invitation to look. Most of us spend our lives looking at things, thoughts, feelings, events, other people, or our own reflections in the mirror. This is natural. The world of form is rich, urgent, and compelling. But there is a prior question, one that almost no one asks, and it is this: what is it that is doing the looking? Not who, not which part of the brain, not which concept of self, but what essentially, fundamentally is present right now, aware of these pages, aware of this voice. Pause here for a moment, not to think about the question, but to actually look. Something is aware. What is that? Whatever answer arises in the mind, it is consciousness. It is me. It is the brain. Notice that the answer is itself a thought, and the thought is being perceived. You, as the perceiver, remain behind the thought, untouched by it. This is the first hint of what this audiobook points toward. That which perceives cannot be reduced to what is perceived. This is not a philosophical position. It is not a religious doctrine. It is something you can verify directly in this moment without going anywhere, without believing anything, and without any prior spiritual experience. The verification is simply this: notice that you are aware, and then notice that the awareness itself has no form. We live in a culture that privileges the invisible. That which can be measured, photographed, named, or classified is considered real. That which cannot be pinned down in this way is considered vague, subjective, or simply not worthy of serious attention. And yet, at this very center of your existence right now, there is something that cannot be measured, that refuses all photographers, that invades every classification, and that is more immediately real than anything else you know. That something is awareness itself. Awareness has no color, no weight, no texture. It has no beginning that you can locate, and no edge that you can find. You cannot stand outside to observe it, because whatever observes from the outside is itself an expression of it. You cannot turn it off and compare your experience with and without it, because the very attempt to turn it off would require it to be present. This is what makes awareness unlike everything else. It is the one thing that cannot become its own object. This is the formless at the heart of all form. And yet, and this is crucial, the formless is not nothing. Nothingness cannot be aware. Nothingness cannot witness thoughts and feelings arising. What is being pointed to here is not a void, not an absence, not emptiness in the essence of a blank. It is a fullness that has no qualities, a presence that has no shape, a knowing that has no content of its own, but without which no content could be known. The traditions have called it by many names: consciousness, awareness, the self, Brahma, Rigpa, and the Tao, Hinsof, the ground of being. But every name immediately creates a slight distortion, because naming implies a thing, and what we are pointing to is prior to all things. The name is a finger pointing at the moon. This audiobook is a collection of such fingers. The invitation always is to stop looking at the finger. Okay, so I want us to go in this completion. I want us to go in this completion, and just listen to what I'm saying. Right now, you are aware. You are aware of words coming out of my mouth. You are aware of the room around you. You are aware of a slight hint of thinking, of bodily sensation, of perhaps a distant sound. All of that is the content of awareness. The words, the room, the thoughts, these come and go. But what about awareness itself? Has awareness come and gone? Or has it simply remembered quietly present as everything else moved through it? You do not need to answer this with a thought. Simply rest in the noticing. Awareness is present. It has always been present. It is present now. What is the quality of that pressure, of that presence? Does it have a boundary? Does it end somewhere? Okay, so sit with this for a moment, before answering. And I would like to say thank you for staying with me again on The True Awakening with Tabang. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also turn on the notification bell, and let's grow this community together. Stay true, stay awakened.